Hi everybody, this is Pat from GutMonkey. We're here with our first video in our leading edge video series, and we're going to talk much more about what leading edge is in a subsequent video. But for now, we'd like to spend a little time sharing a tool with you that we find to be really helpful. If you've ever been to a GutMonkey program, you know that something that we talk about in almost every program is the comfort zone, and how the comfort zone works into our life. So we often start by just asking people, where are you comfortable? And folks usually respond to us, I'm comfortable in my house, in my chair, in my bed, hanging out with my kids, my family, my friends, my dog. Often it's gardening or cooking or riding my bike. All of those things exist in this place called our comfort zone. And the comfort zone is a very necessary place. We need to have a comfort zone. Our comfort zone is a place where we can feel safe, we can relax, and we can recharge our batteries. And if you find yourself really not having your comfort zone in place, you will tend to look for it. And I would encourage you to do that. We as people need a comfort zone to do all of the other things in our life. And people that don't have a comfort zone will eventually work to get one, and sometimes they will fight to have one. If someone can't find it at their home, they'll search it with their friends, they'll search at work, and sometimes we even search to things that are unsafe for us to try to accomplish this feeling of safe and relaxed and comfortable. So first and foremost, recognize the importance of the comfort zone in our world. So we're going to switch gears for a second, and I want you to think about this. What do we need in our worlds to survive? We need food, water, shelter, all of those physical needs. We also have our emotional needs, love and belonging, freedom, fun, power, all things that are really important for us. I want you to take just a moment and either look out your window or look at one of the ones behind me, find a tree, and check out what that tree is doing in this moment. Possibly providing shelter, photosynthesizing, and ultimately that tree is growing. And we ask that of participants constantly, what are these trees doing? And folks are saying, they're growing. And then we always ask the question of, what happens to a tree when it stops growing? And the answer is always this. Think about it for yourself. It dies. And I asked this of a little kid once, and I said, hey, what happens to a tree when it stops growing? And he goes, it rots. And I was like, whoa, yeah, that is very much how people are as well, not just trees. When we stop growing, we rot. I'm sure you or someone you know at some point has stopped growing. And I don't mean like growing like this or growing like this, but growing here, growing here. When you've stopped growing, you've seen yourself or this other person start to stagnate. And that is that place of rot. So let's take a minute and check back into this. How much growing do we do in this place that we've been talking about called our comfort zone? I would venture to say not very much. We don't do a lot of growing here, even though it's a very necessary place. So luckily there's this second zone. There's our growth zone. And our growth zone is this place where when we step into it, it's challenging. It can feel difficult. It can feel uncomfortable. I'm going to have everybody right now follow me. Take your arms and cross them like this. Look down. Notice which one's on top. It will be your left or your right. And now simply, or not so simply, switch it. How does that feel? For a lot of folks, this can feel so uncomfortable. It can feel challenging. It can feel weird and something that we want to get away from. That is the feeling of growth. And so often in our worlds, when we have that feeling, we and other people will sometimes even support us in this, try to move away from that feeling. The challenge is this. The challenge is that we need to grow, because if we don't leave our comfort zone, we will rot, we will stagnate. And so sometimes we have to lean into that feeling, lean into that challenge. And that can be difficult, but it's also necessary. Now again, here's the neat thing. If there is something that's outside of your comfort zone and you take a trip into your growth zone, After you're done, you can take that trip back into your comfort zone. Relax, recharge, calm yourself, and then continue to take trips going out. Once you've done something that's outside of your comfort zone for a while and it's in your growth zone, your comfort zone will eventually expand and your growth zone will expand. You probably noticed that there's one more zone on here, and that's your danger zone. Your danger zone is a place where emotionally, physically, if we spend too much time in that danger zone, it's unsafe for us. It can be dangerous. Some people call it the panic zone. It can induce serious uncomfortable emotions. And so here's the suggested path. Develop a comfort zone. Spend time in that comfort zone. Then take trips out into your growth zone. And as you take those trips, explore the edges of it. Notice where your danger zone is. Maybe wiggle a toe and dip it into that danger zone once in a while just to see. But then come back to the comfort zone. And as you do that, the comfort zone will expand, the growth zone will expand. And what's wonderful is that things that at some point had been in your danger zone can become things that are now in your comfort zone when you go through that process. Sometimes that process is slow, and sometimes that process can be quite quick. So here's the challenge. The challenge is this week to take a look at where are some places where you could currently move out of your comfort zone into your growth zone. Also, take a look at where are some places where right now you might be spending too much time in that danger zone and you need to take some trips back into that comfort zone to take care of yourself. Please, if you've got an idea of where you're going to challenge yourself this week to, in a positive way, get out of your comfort zone and jump into your growth zone, please make a comment or send us back an email with those ideas. We'd love to hear. And while you're at it, we would also love to hear from you about other questions that you've got for GutMonkey staff, about GutMonkey, about the things that GutMonkey talks about, as well as please just ask us questions and give us ideas for other videos that you'd like to hear about, concepts that you'd like us to explore in this manner. With that said, before we go, I'm going to ask everybody, if you will, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube, and check out the GutMonkey website and sign up for updates. This is a great way for us to stay in touch and for us to be able to keep bringing you quality content. Thank you everybody so much. We will be bringing you more from the Leading Edge video series, and when we do that, the next one that we're going to look at is how do we apply this back to our life right now. Thank you so much. Be brave, love big. We love you everybody. Take care.